Over there. Good morning. I'm Jordan Hansen. I'm from Cobalt Intelligence, and today we're working on the state of Cobalt number 11. And this one's an exciting one for me because I get to talk about TinySeed. I don't know if you know what TinySeed is. I'll show the website here. It's an accelerator for ambitious SaaS bootstrappers, which I guess that's me. I'm in that boat. They had a call for applications, and I don't know, a couple months ago. And I was like, what the heck? I'll apply. I felt like I was way too early. I didn't feel really ready. But I applied. It took a couple weeks, and then I got a call back from Tracy, who's the program manager for TinySeed. We did an interview. She just asked more questions. I clarified hardcore that, hey, by the way, I have two streams of income right now with this startup. One is from, it's all Secretary of State based, but one is from the API and one is from business leads. I made that clear. I was like, hey, by the way, there's not very much money from the API yet, which is where I think the growth is. And she's like, okay, thanks for letting me know. We hung up, and I was like, okay, well, that's probably that. That's it. Didn't expect much else. And then I met with Rob and Einar, surprisingly, a little bit later. They asked kind of the same questions, clarifying questions. Super nice. And then we hung up, and then a week or two later, they got a term sheet and signed. Well, I didn't sign, went through lawyer stuff, whatever. But it took time to go through lawyer stuff. They said, hey, we're going to start the accelerator. You don't have to have signed yet to start it. And I was like, all right, I'm in. Why not? And so we went down to our first meetup down in Minneapolis with MicroConf. So we went down on Friday, had like a get together. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday was all like TinySeed people. And it was amazing. It was so good. Like meeting other people that were in the same boat. I was kind of amazed. Everyone says that. Oh, it's really cool to meet people in the same boat, but it really was. It was really nice guys, people. There's guys and girls, really nice people, and it was great to meet people that kind of were in the same boat. We had a mastermind stuff on Saturday where we just met with other groups and other people from different even cohorts. So we met. That's how TinySeed does it. They do it in cohorts, like groups of 18 or 20. But I think we have 14, I guess. So in the teens or maybe 20, I don't know. And so we met with people from spring and fall of 2021, and they would they'd talk about their problem for a little bit, and then people would ask questions and kind of see if they could help. And it was really good, like really good conversations, really interesting, really sharp people all around. So it was cool, and I hadn't signed anything yet. And this was honestly, I was pretty sure I was going to do it, but being down there helped a lot. And then we went to MicroConf, and MicroConf was just the same kind of thing, which is more people. So the TinySeed thing was probably a little bit better for people connection because it's a little more intimate. You know, it was only like, it was my cohort plus some others, so maybe 50, 60 people, and they were all kind of all TinySeed company. It's probably less than that, actually, probably close to 30 to 40. MicroConf was really good, and I met a lot of people from all over. It's just a little less intimate. And I kind of tended to hang out still with TinySeed. Like, we'd go do stuff together because we already had this, like, thing. You know, we had this thing in common with TinySeed and met some really cool people. So came home from MicroConf and had tons of ideas. They had talked about an MRR goal, and it felt very intimidating, like way more than I expected to get. And they wanted, they said, hey, we think you can make this by the end of your cohort year, which is May of 2023. And so on the way home, I remember feeling really stressed. I was really tired too. But so I remember just writing out a bunch of like math really to see, what would I have to do to get to this? And it made me feel a little bit better. And I'm optimistic now rather than just overwhelmed. But again, I got home and I felt really excited, pumped, overwhelmed, but very excited. So I kind of felt like it was the right choice. I went forward with the signing, got it all signed, got funded probably a couple weeks ago. So now I have a little bit of money in the bank account and had to decide what to do with that money, which is why I went with the content strategist. So I hired that content strategist to work with, and because I think YouTube is a good avenue. I'm getting signed up still. Last month I had 16 trials. This has people who just signed up, and already this month we have 4 that signed up Monday and Tuesday. So that's good. I'm happy with it. So anyway, we're going to double down on YouTube. I'm also going to do some LinkedIn stuff, and I'll talk about that today. But let's go into this product development. I don't think there's anything much special here in the product development. A lot of my time has been focused on sales. And so UCC data still, we're adding states. We just added Florida, and then we're going to add Illinois and Indiana. I'm going to work on Illinois and Indiana today and this week. So we'll get them in there. Also make videos of them. So that'll double as marketing. And then mass upload is just going to increase our speed at which we can return data. So I think we've done Colorado, but I want to do Colorado daily. There's no reason not to do Colorado daily. And then I know we've done research on other states. I had the VA do it. So I would like to go back to those other states and look into them and see how to get them. So I think there's some I could probably get without much difficulty. Marketing, YouTube blog like normal. Let's see. There we go. 296, isn't it crazy? Last week it would only gone up like, I don't know, 4 subs, and this week it went up like 12. So, don't know. I don't know what the key is there, but sometimes it goes up a lot. Sometimes it goes up not as much, but that's okay. And then new videos, like I said, Illinois, India. I kind of feel like I'm cheating, because look, the UCC data took up 3 sections here. Here, here, and here. So I'm really like stuffing my agenda. And then I'm going to do web scraping. I'm going to do configuring web AWS Lambda function for web scraping. I'm also going to update this. I have a post already. Actually, I'll bring it over here. Right here. If I say, like, since February. And I'm going to sort by get by API key. Like, look at that. Look at the top, like the top page is Secretary of State, and the second one is this how to use the Secretary of State API. Now, I don't know. My guess is maybe they hear about it somewhere else. And then they think about it. And then they Google Secretary of State API. And this is the page that pops up. But in any case, and all this page is just, it's a video like this. That's it. I would like to redo it. It's, I've updated it since. So I'm going to redo that one and say, hey, how to use the Secretary of State API in May of 2022. And then I'll go put a post on the other one and say, hey, this has been updated and here it is. Because we've added stuff like search by address, like UCC data, like screenshots. So this is all stuff that we want in there. And so I'm going to make another one of those. Also, programmatic SEO. I still don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm getting traffic still. I've talked about this like last few weeks. I have made no decision. It's just not been a priority to me. The traffic's coming. I don't know if any of them are. I can't. I'm going to work on Mixpanel today to get added to my sites. Hopefully that helps me understand the flow to see if some of these people are coming from those pages and then converting into API people. I think some are, but I think they just churn. Or, I don't know if churn's the right word because they don't pay, but they don't even try it because they don't, this is not what they expected. Or they do one search and it's for the business they were looking at, and that's it. I don't know. Cold outreach right now, Octopus CRM, still loving it. I have increasing my content. In fact, I kind of have a little plan with this, with LinkedIn. So my plan with LinkedIn, I'm using Octopus CRM. I connect with a bunch of underwriters or people who I think are going to be using Secretary of State data. I do a survey. I ask if they want to do a survey. Some respond, some don't. But as long as they're my connections, it's going to start showing my content to them occasionally. And so I'm going to start working on some content and just talking about Secretary of State data, maybe fraud, money laundering, I don't know, that kind of stuff. I reached out to some guy that does a newsletter, and I said, hey, can I pay you to ghostwrite this content for me? He said, no, it stinks. So I don't know. I might just take it from his newsletter. I'd be like, hey, can I use the content from the newsletter then? Because that's what I want. That kind of data. It's pretty interesting stuff. He's like a cybercrimes investigator. So anyway, so I'm going to get some content and start putting LinkedIn content. I'm just hoping to kind of remember that question that is actually that I met with a mentor, is Einar, and he said that, who are the people, remember, and then why? Why now? And that's the question, the why now problem. I don't know how to solve that. I don't think there's any clear indicators, which kind of kills cold outreach. As in, you can't just call and say, hey, you want to use my service? You can. I just don't think the results are going to be very good. I'm still going to try that. But if I can just connect with a lot of these people and then just make them aware of the service when the time comes, hopefully I'm top of mind. So they can say, oh yeah, this guy does this kind of thing. They know at least where to find me. It's another avenue. So, and maybe they'll have there's some authenticity, some connection there. And so we'll work on that. Okay, now partnerships. This also has been interesting. Again, I've been talking with a lot of people, like a lot of phone calls with potential customers, sales demos, also with partners potentially. So I met with, it's just like any kind of banking space, whatever. I'm just like, hey, do you want to talk? Because I want to learn more. So I got on a phone call with them, and I met with some that are helping their kind of banking developers, like they sell software to banks. And so I said, hey, can I integrate with you? And that type of banker, I don't think is that software, I don't think is the right one, but that makes me, anyway, I'm just going to keep doing this. I also talked to one, they were really excited to partner with me. They wanted to offer it to my customers, which is like, I understand. It's like, I don't know, it feels like that's what I want, right? I want to take advantage of their customers. But they were like, yeah, but they charge $3 to $5 per lookup. And right now they're selling to consumers, but not businesses. And they said, well, because of the fraud, they asked, I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not charging that much right now. And they're like, why are you charging so little? At least $3 to $5 per lookup is what they think we should be doing. And that's just like 10 times my current pricing. So, I mean, I'll probably get there. Right now, I don't feel man enough to put my pricing up to that point. So, also have some big companies signing up, which like Fortune 50 companies, and they sign up. And I've met with some of them in multiple meetings. I worry that I'm going to have security audit, so I'm trying to see if I can talk with someone to help me with that, so I can be more prepared for that. I took down my pricing page because of this, because with these big companies, I don't know where the pricing should be. I don't really want to be anchored to anything. So a lot of people are reaching out and say, what's the price? Well, and I kind of quote it differently based on who they are, and I'm experimenting with pricing. It's true. So I'm not sure where I should be, but that's what I am. Okay, we can look at analytics. Is it exciting anymore? It's not really exciting to me because it's not going crazy. It's just, I'm back. Look, this has gone down a little bit. So, but again, I think the most of that's the dailies. Like, I want the coverage. Like, it's gone up 4,000, barely at all. Why did I get so many soft? I don't know what to do about these pages. Like, this is not soft 404. Anyway, I don't know. So this is going down and a little bit, but that's okay. Analytics traffic is still okay. We're probably going to be talking about 250 a day. And again, the important ones are these ones, right? These are the ones that are getting signups, is the ones that are going to Secretary of State, how to use the Secretary of State API, and this right here. In fact, this one has one, like these other ones have like one sign up from them. So I don't think that that's really the best. But you get a lot of ones from those. But again, are they the right customer? I don't think they are. Anyway, I remember seeing someone search for this, for example. It's probably super small. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that's there. There's the analytics. I think we're done. But I'm really excited about TinySeed. It's been really good so far. We've already had a mentor call, which is when some expert in their field comes and talks to us. We had a playbook call, which is when Rob and Einar come and talk to us about, different things like pricing, sales, hiring, all that kind of stuff. It's a kind of super secret playbook. No, it's not super secret, but they don't really share it. And they answer our questions, right? So it's just the 13 of us, 14 of us, and they just went through, hey, they give us a video, and then afterward we talk about it, and we have like tons of questions, and we went through it. And we could just pick their brain on stuff, which is great. And then we're going to have mastermind groups starting next week, which will be every other week. So that's it. That's all for State of Cobalt number 14. Thank you.